Thank you for the reminder, Mom. When I was a kid, my mom used to brew her own black coffee in batches and then keep it in the fridge, and she would use the most delicious creamer, so I was obsessed with her coffee. And of course, since I was a child, I was rarely ever allowed to even have a sip of her coffee because we knew what it would do to me. But there was one day, probably when I was about 9 or 10, where I was going to be home alone, and Mom had asked me to go ahead and, tidy up the house a bit for her. So I asked, hey, could I please have the last little bit of coffee that's in the fridge then? And she was like, yeah, sure. So she leaves her work, and I use her creamer to make a delicious coffee, and I guzzle it down. And then I proceed to clean the house from top to bottom, moving rugs and furniture and everything. I mean, I was on a roll. I was having a great time. Right up until I try to sit down and relax after cleaning all day and watch some cartoons, and I can't physically sit down. Did I mention that her coffee was like jet fuel? I ended up getting really scared that I couldn't sit down and calling Mom at work going, what's wrong with me? And Mom was like, never again.